Hey, my Trucking with Jazz family. Just hopping online. Sorry, let me put it the correct way. Just hopping online, wanting to show you guys or talk a little bit about bills, how it looks being debt free, why I felt it was great for us to go with a company and be a company driver just for a year or two, because it allow us to, not have to deal heavily with the business taxes. This way currently right now is financially, better for us. And it allow us to come back in the game if we want to, buy our own truck in a year or two and really like have money for breakdown was to occur if we, bought an older model truck, for $50,000 that may have some miles on it, and you can deal with that repair if it's not really extended warranty and things like that. So I just want to go over a few numbers. What it'll look like far as my household being debt free, far as like credit cards and things like that, right? So me and my wife, and this is just like figuratively examples. I think this is going to be like more of the minimum that we're going to see after taxes. So this just what the numbers look like if we hit the mark, in the sense of I haven't been out a week yet, so I don't know. We do run a lot of miles now. The 5,000, could be 6,000 club miles. Running for FedEx Ground, depending on which route. So if you're moving, you can get back and forth pretty fast. My wife been going to Idaho from Lenexa, Kansas. So I think it's I think it's you cross over, so it's in Kansas State. And I just want to go over a few numbers. So with that being said, I basically put after taxes 1,300, right? That is what me and my wife separately will get, $1,300, right? So looking at that, I was like, okay, our money comes to the same place. So in 1 week for us, that's $2,600, okay? And the cool thing about that is if you get paid 4 weeks in a month or 10 weeks in a month, when you hit that 4 week in a month, that's already $10,400 for us. I like working out the numbers. I actually written all this stuff out because I want to make sure I'm accurate with my counting and everything and give you like the realistic, depending on if you're home and you have a partner, a boyfriend or somebody, and y'all want to do team and y'all want to figure out how this, how to work, what'll work out for you and things like that. And then too, because a lot of people get their truck in and then they come straight out, and sometimes they don't do lease. I had the opportunity of doing lease. I enjoyed it. At the end of the day, I see the pros and cons of that, and I'm just trying to make sure that I set myself up the best way to navigate future stuff and what I want to do future. Like I still want to own a truck, and that's like in my right now goal. So running for a year, that'd be really, really good to stack a lot of money in the bank and really go and bam, kick up the cashier check, really owning and having my stuff, not doing years. For people that's doing years, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's your situation, I feel like that's a great situation for us to stack money, pay money out, and still be sitting on money and be straight and feeling comfortable and not like at your ends with. Because when you got to have all this stuff lined up, you want to make sure you got to have a lot of stuff in play. You got to get a lot of, if you, depending on where you're running, if you get you a FedEx account or anything like that, like you got to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row to make sure that you're efficient, and the insurance you're supposed to have, anything, depending on what you're doing. Maybe you get a truck and you go run this under FedEx Authority. It's nothing wrong with that. Stack your money go directly from FedEx to you, and you straight. If you got to pay for a truck, that's money in your pocket. Maintain your truck. Don't be lazy when it comes to your maintenance, and you will be okay. So, fast forward from that, because I be getting off topic sometimes. Y'all don't tell me. All right. So, like I said, in 4 weeks, when me and my wife income together, they come down to $10,400. Pretty cool. $10,400 after taxes in a month. And then when I start going over our bills, like with credit cards paid off and just paying like our, you know, main bills. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's on the low end here. Maybe if I add like my student loan, if I decide to do maybe a week, my student loan 150, or I don't know how I want to do it, but I didn't add that in here, but I throw that number out there. Maybe I could add that to the bill, and then I'll, yeah, add up the money. So actually, let me do that here. I put student loan, because that is a debt. So let's just say I do 150 a week, even though it's less than that. First of all, my student loan, they're not asking me to pay it. They're not asking me to pay it as of right now. So yeah. Sorry, guys. Oh, because it come out as a 1627. Okay, I was doing the math. I'm sorry. My apologies. Like I said, I try to do it before I do the video. Because I be wanting to just face you guys and talk to you guys. But it's all right. So, like I was stating, it's pretty cool. For 4 weeks, we will be at $10,400. For 5 weeks, we'll be at $13,000. That is after taxes coming to us. That is pretty cool, especially if that's the for sure number that we hitting because we're running a mouse. I know what goes into play with that number too a little bit. It's like if you get insurance and all that stuff, but you know, we'll figure out that part when it comes. But far as right now, when we go out the gate and run these miles after taxes, because we have to pay state and local tax, federal and state taxes. With Missouri, I don't like it, but that's what we have to pay. I'm going to give you guys a more accurate check when I start getting paid from my new company, which I'm currently with WS Transport. They're based out of Missouri. Don't have a big fleet at all. Pretty cool. My experience so far is cool. I mainly met I have met 4 employees. I have dealt with, you know, the state, Kenny, the guy that was the recruiter, and Amy, which was like the HR woman. She was very informative. So cool beans with that. But I'll be able to show you guys the breakdown of what the pay look like. What I do like with this company is, even though you're running a split, far as the pay. So if you a solo driver, you will get, let's say, 67 cents. If you're running solo by yourself, but you're not running 6,000 miles by yourself. So FedEx, with their account, they pay all of the miles. So if you was a driver and you was getting paid and you did 4,000 miles, then you get 67 cents times $4,000. The first 4,000 miles, then you get your taxes took out based off of the state you live in. Cool beans. And that was pretty cool regarding that. I did with one of the guys that was training with us. He was advising that, like, if you sit for 3 or 4 days, then you get a $3,025 check from FedEx, because basically they have work for you, so that's pretty cool too. And he said he did receive that money for sitting and being available. So that was a cool thing to learn and find out. You got to find out what works for you, what works out for your relationship, your goals, where you want to be, things like that. So I'm going to go through some of mine. So this is me writing a list with like no credit debt. My rent is $820. My lights be not even $60, but I put $60 here. The insurance $215 for the car full coverage. Cell phone $232, which I'm going to slash that. That's going to be like $100. In like another month, I'm going to change over and go to Metro. Look, I have Verizon. I don't see the reason. Like, my phone work in some areas, it don't work. I don't see the reason to be paying this high bill for no reason. Y'all take y'all paid for phones and go somewhere where you straight, because they ain't giving us nothing. It's talking on the phone. It's sending a message. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying be in no dead zone and be stranded, but come on, like, sometimes not sometimes, these companies really just doing too much. They taking away too much from us, and I don't got time. So I put my actual current bill, so $232. I put food $150. That's because when my wife usually shops, she spend between $150 to $200, and that's when we buy on random stuff. If my wife is really like on her stuff, when she know what she wants from the store, that thing be like $100. I say, why would not pay? It's $200 when you pay it's $100. You know, like, tell me. Then I put miscellaneous $200, meaning me and my wife, like, I used to like carrying like $400 and $500 in my pocket. I just want to have $100 cash, so I put miscellaneous $100 for me and her each. Since we come home every week with this company, it allow us to basically like take a shower maybe twice. You be moving so much that you don't take a shower every day. Like, you just don't, because you be moving. Unless you like change the shifts and it's like, okay, I'm gonna run in and take a shower real quick. But we is driving so much. Like, I know that sound crazy, but for those that's real truckers, y'all know. You take a shower that fresh morning, you drive that whole day, and then you go lay in the back and they get up and they driving you in the next day. That's what I mean by not taking a shower, okay? I am king for showers. But yeah, we won't be taking as many showers because we're not sitting in par for 30 minutes. When we do sit, we be, we may sit to switch the trailer 30 minutes to an hour or so like that. And then we on to the next. We swap the trailer out with the person, and we bring the trailer back to a FedEx ground. I just realized I don't have my glasses. Yes, I have bifocals. I wear bifocals, guys. Don't talk about me. All right. So just with that alone, that came up to $1,477. I add the $150 for my student loan. That come up to $1,627. Like I stated, that's us without any debt and our realistic like bills or whatever. So when I think about that, I'm like, okay, $1,627 in 2 weeks. Me and my wife, in 1 week, we $2,600. Even let's say if it was even less than that, 12 or 11, I doubt it'd be that low because I ain't working for that low. But I'm just saying, it's still a positive for us because our first week, or our last week in the month, before we go into the new week, we could be paying up all of the bills for the month. And then the rest of the weeks we're banking our money, and that's what me and my wife been focusing on. I be sitting here saying I want to travel, and I know I be stressing my wife out because she's like, look, girl, do you want to travel or do you want to save this money? Which one is it? I be all over the place because I get stressed out a little bit. I be focused on the money and the goals of where I want to be, but I be like, oh my God, I be, media have you all over the place. You see all these trips people go on. I watch a lot of YouTubers, and you just be like, dang, that'd be a cool Bora Bora. Let's go turn up. And it's like, do you want to go spend $10,000 just like a wham? And I understand that you got to live life and enjoy experiences, but like, I'm not saying while I'm young, I want to work. I want to work not really hard, but I want to work good enough to allow me to have a comfortable life with my wife in the future. People live right now and then later on be hurting real, real bad when they're older, or may have to be out here into their 60, 70, 80. Like, things be really bad. And some people lie to themselves and say that they want to truck. I mean, look, it's a good percentage that they don't want to be home. They used to trucking. Then it's a lot of people that's really not in a financial situation where they can be resting or enjoying their life and their home in their later years because they either into the game late, like me, or they've been trucking. And it bothers me sometimes when I hear truckers saying I've been trucking 30, 40 years, never had a truck, you didn't know, you didn't have like business skills, didn't really know how to manage the money like that, didn't keep up with the taxes, so you overwhelmed. I have had or listened to so many conversations of people lying about so many things that I let it go through one and not the other. But it's very disturbing because, you're working really hard and the family is dependent on you. And whether it's a man or woman, we have people that's depending on us. And I think it's even more harder for men because, you're the breadwinner of the house. And maybe if you're not the breadwinner of the house, you still look to in society to make sure that you're a provider, you're a leader, and you know, making sure you take care of home because somebody else will. But enough about that. I just wanted to get on here and give you a little educational video. So I had took out the few weeks we worked. Well, took out the few weeks we didn't use for the year. So I basically did the second to last week of February, all the way up into December, which is roughly like 45 weeks left that we have in this year, you know. So with just 2,600 a week, all the way up to the year, if we don't miss a day and we just working, that's putting us at 117,000 positive cash netted to us after taxes. That's if we're making, you know, that's for sure. If we hitting 1,300, you know, after taxes, you know, anything 1,300 is the number. So if it's 1,300 a week coming home, I know that's pretty low for a lot of people out here because y'all expecting a whole bunch. I'm happy I have a beautiful wife and our income, we just willing to deal with it. Before I was willing, and I was going to go with another company called Boyle Transportation, and it's not super big, but it's a nice size company, and they do all these DOD contracts and stuff, and they be out. I mean, I have seen them, nice trucks, but you under constant surveillance. They want team drivers. They pay $2,400 as a minimum guarantee, and then every year, every other year they go up in pay. And I was like, that's pretty cool, but I don't want to deal with having pharmaceuticals on my back like that. I know that we're dealing with, like, driving the truck, period. Like, you have a target on your back. With Custom Critical, we had a situation and we had a target on our back too, just driving for FedEx Custom Critical on the side. Of course, people already know what it is. People thieves that's out here looking, they know what it is. Some stuff is inside jobs, some stuff is random. They just hit a random truck and got the wrong thing. I got to give y'all an update or a story time on that, because we did have an attempt on our truck. But yeah, I didn't want to be in that situation where we dealt with that pressure constantly on us. And we decided to do this because it allowed us to come home every weekend and pass by a house. And the funny part is, like, we don't have to come home every weekend, but we'll see how it goes. Because if the money moving and I just want to move and work on the set, you know, like, if ain't nothing going on, a concert, something, like, I don't have to come home every weekend. But it's nice to have that option to come home every weekend. They set it up for you to come home every weekend so you can hit that gym. You know, you can come lay up in your bed, clean your house, make sure your house stay fresh and warm and good. I'm actually going to cut this video because my wife is texting me and I know she's coming home. I got to pick her up, and maybe she'll be here in another hour or so. I don't know. I need to look at the message, but I'm super excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was very informational for you guys. I just, like I stated, you know, assess what your situation is, what it is that you want to do. I understand maybe $1,300 ain't enough when you out here. Even if you run a company and you out here, you got to take care of family, and you know, your bills is way more than that. Or you may not have you may be the sole provider in your home. So just look into other things. But peace out. Peace, love, and chicken grease. And thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Stay tuned.